Evie Rexel, welcome back to Ash London Live, my darling.
How are you?
Living my best life. It's a beautiful day in Sydney. Where in the world are you right now?
I'm in LA. I'm super jealous because I've been talking to a whole bunch of people in Australia, and you guys all seem so happy, happy go lucky. The world's open for you guys, and here we are, still in quarantine.
That's us. I feel like if we had had the same experience, so Australians wouldn't have the same attitude, we'd be like, fucking stupid, bloody, yeah. So we've had a good run, hence the good attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Love it, living for it.
Yay. Well, congratulations. We are going to air this when the album is out. So we're going to speak in present
Okay,
tense.
no worries, no worries.
Congratulations. The album is out. Better Mistakes. What is the one aspect, thing, part of this album that makes you the proudest?
The fact that I was very vulnerable and very real with the lyrics, like we didn't hold anything back. So that's what I'm the most proud of.
I love that. Is it a case of vulnerable with yourself and open about things that, like are hard to admit you felt or did? Or is it a case of I maybe have to like call some people from my past and be like, just so you know, this is happening. And,
Maybe a little bit of both, but I think the first one, because I talk about self-sabotage and sometimes being your own worst enemy and sometimes being jealous of other women and not wanting to feel that way. So like
yeah.
trying to get myself back on track, mental health, body love. Like I go in for all that stuff, like all the things that I feel like I've been dealing with as a woman.
Yeah. How do you fight against, because we do live in a world where even if you're not in the spotlight, the world is constantly just comparing women, pitting women against women.
Always.
And it is
Yeah.
like 1,000,000,000 times worse in your position. So how do you actively fight against that? What does that actually look like for you?
I feel like for me it comes from an internal thing, like a personal thing. And for me it's like if I ever feel jealous about somebody else, I'm like, okay, you know what, like I feel jealous about that, but good for her. Like I think you have to
Right.
like literally like understand what it is, and then you have to like be like, you know what, I'm a little jealous, I want
Mm.
to have that, I want to do that, but good for her. Because then I feel like we normalize that, because I feel like as women we make ourselves feel bad for everything, we say sorry for everything, we are always apologizing. It's okay to feel jealous, it's okay to feel a certain way about other women, because as women we are we're not this, we're still behind where men are,
Yeah,
unfortunately, and catching up. And that's why we feel like we're kind of, we have to compete.
totally.
We don't have
It's
to compete, we
conditioned.
don't.
It's
We got to just keep
conditioned
the
into
guys off the
us.
table. I'm just kidding.
I think you're absolutely right. The first step is actually not going, I'm not jealous of her. I just know that I could have done it better. But
Yeah, you
going,
could say,
yeah,
you have to
I'm
be like,
feeling
be
good.
happy. Like, look, at she just bought a new house. She just bought a new car. Listen, I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. Look, she lost 20 pounds. Listen, I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous. I wanted to lose 20 pounds and I just ate a whole pie of pizza, but good for her.
But the pizza was great and it was
It was
delicious.
great.
And that
Yeah,
mozzarella was just perfectly
yeah, exactly. It
warmed
was
up
perfectly
and
like bubbling and everything. Yeah.
now you did get to work with anyone who is a fan of popular music would have had Greg Kirsten's work touch them
Oh,
some way.
oh,
How, when you're like, I don't know if this was a Zoom thing or an in-person thing, but when you go into a session like that,
I was so
and sometimes
nervous.
you work with unknown artists and writers, and sometimes it's Greg Kirsten. I was going to say,
Yeah.
do you still get nervous, or is it just like we're all equals here?
Everything that all the stuff he did with Adele was just so inspiring, and I was just so nervous. And we had the song complete, but I felt like the track, the pianos, I feel like they could have been elevated.
Hmm.
And I actually got his information and texted him, and I said, Greg, I said, I have this song. It's called Sabotage. I really believe in it. I think it's a beautiful song. It's really dear to my heart. Could you listen to it? And he said, I'll give it a listen, but I'm not promising anything, because he only does what he really loves.
Boss.
And he loved it. And I've sent him things in the past that he's passed on, and he's like, no, I don't have time for this, I'm busy, whatever. But with that song, with Sabotage, he like loved it and went in. And I'm just really excited that I have a song with him. And I hope after, when all this stuff clears up, I really want to get in with him in person. And that's what we said we were
Mhm.
going to do. But he is a legend, like a legend.
Oh,
He's got so many big records. So he's incredible.
That would have been like the ultimate Christmas present opening when you get it
Yeah.
back from him and you're like,
My
oh,
next, my next, my next goal is Linda Perry, who did "Beautiful" by Christina Aguilera.
yeah.
Like that's my next goal, like
Do
to
you,
write with
I
Linda Perry.
remember when that song came out and being like a young
Oh,
teen and being like, because we
yeah, and
didn't
remember, have
pop
you have you,
stars
have you
were
heard "Hurt"?
horrible.
"Hurt," "Hurt"
Yeah.
by Christina. No, like I live for those kind of songs. Like I'm the drama queen. I live for those little darker pop songs, you know. So those lyrics. So that's yeah, that's where I thrive.
But then you're also getting Travis Barker on there. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I loved
that's
punk
pretty sick.
emo. I love the punk emo vibes, you know. Blink-182 was so fire and so fresh. And by the way, like he is such a cool guy. Like came to set, literally comes to set, plays the song because he doesn't want to like fake the drums on in the music video. He like plays the song like I don't know how many times in a row, and he delivers every single hit, every single kick, every single I'm like, yo, what are you? Like you are not real. And you know what? And I go, Travis, do you want some water? Do you want like a little, you want a juice or something? He's like, no,
Massage,
I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Doesn't even
but
want
no
any, he's just
diva.
quiet. Quiet, not a diva, and just fucking plays the drums. Yeah, amazing.
It was like decades and decades of like just doing it and knowing that if you fuck around
Yeah.
and you're a diva, the ride will end. So I think that's pretty
Oh,
sick, man.
yeah, it
I
will.
love
Or you know what I learned from somebody back in, like from Pete Wentz back in the day when I was in when he signed me to my first record deal, Pete Wentz did. He told me, he was like, listen, he's like, you could be a diva, but when you need people, they want, and you're not going to always be up here. You're going to be here
that.
sometimes, or even here. And this
Yeah.
is how the industry works. The industry goes in waves, up and down, up and down. If you want to be a diva, go right ahead. But the second you're down,
No,
nobody's going to mess with you.
that's
But the
great
second you
advice.
go down a little bit, people they like you, they feel like they're gonna help you. Why not? Why not help good people? And I was like, it's very interesting.
That's great advice for everybody listening, even if they're not an
True, yeah.
international pop star. We can all learn from that
Listen,
advice.
it's nice. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Amen. I love that, BB. What a beautiful way to end our chat with just imparting wisdom to the people of Australia as we celebrate the new album, which is out now, which everyone should go and get. Better Mistakes from BB Rexa. My darling, thank you so much for making time and hanging out with us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you.